Now, with all these providers added, there's one last tiny change I want to make to this app. And this change is related to this favorite button. It of course works, but now I want to make sure that we swap this icon as we change the favorite status of a meal. And to achieve this, we can go to Meal Details, because that is where we do have this icon button. And here in the end, I want to replace the icon based on the current favorite status of this meal. Now to do that, here I'll use this ref object and set up a watcher where I watch the favorite meals provider that we created, which returns this list of favorite meals. And now I want to take a look at that list and see if this meal for which this meal details screen here is being displayed is part of that list. Now this can be achieved by accessing favorite meals, and then there we can use the good old contains method again to check whether favorite meals contains this meal here for which this screen widget is being rendered. And then here we have the result, which is a boolean, and I'll store it in a variable called isFavorite. And this is either true or false. And we can now use this boolean to render different icons down here. For that, we have to remove const, because now we'll set the icon to a dynamic value. And here we can now check if this meal here is a favorite by taking a look at the newly added isFavorite variable. And if this is true, using a ternary expression here, if this is true, I'll display this star icon. If it's false, I'll display the star border icon, which looks like this, so an empty star, which I guess makes sense if this meal is not a favorite. And with this change made, if we save this and maybe restart this, you will see that if we dive into one of these meals, initially this is an empty star, but as I tap it, it gets swapped for the different icon, and I can go back and forth. And that, of course, then accurately reflects whether this meal is a favorite or not. And that's another tiny addition which I wanted to make, which now is super easy to implement thanks to this provider feature.